Very good morning to all online students. I hope I am audible properly and my screen is visible too. All okay from my side?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, ready for the next topic? Yesterday we started with unit number 4 and we discussed why this unit is very important, because it is going to make our database organized so that we can reduce the redundancies and we can overcome different anomalies. Right? What are the different anomalies we will be uh, getting into consideration as and when we progress? But the different anomalies are, or anomalies means problems. The problems during insertion, updation, and deletion. These three kinds of anomalies are there. We need to remove these anomalies. We should not have, at any point of time, we should not have these anomalies. Also, we need to minimize the data redundancy. It is not possible to remove the data redundancy at all. We'll see it in the coming sessions. It is not at all possible to remove the redundancy uh, like completely. There will be redundancy, but we need to minimize the redundancy and we need to use that redundancy effectively to organize the data. So this is the gist of this unit. We start, and to do this organization we need to have a foundation of the dependencies between different attributes. Which attributes are related to which other attributes, we should know that, so that it is easier for us to organize the data effectively, right? And the, the thing which is helping us to decide the dependencies between different attributes is called functional dependency. The functional dependency is the way through which we can able to identify that which attributes are related to or dependent on which other attributes, and thereby we can deduce, step by step we can deduce that these actually are the key attributes of our table, and these are non-key attributes of our table. Fine. What are key attributes? The attributes which take part in the key formation. हम बनाते हैं ना primary key, candidate key, super key. So the attributes which take part in the key formation is your key attributes. The attribute which doesn't take part in key formation is called your non-key attributes or non-prime attributes. Clear? Then, so we discussed about functional dependencies. We say it M determines N, or we say M giving N, where M is the determinant part and N is the dependent part. Now M and N is just simple notation. M and N can be single attribute, M and N can be set of attributes. Together it can be termed as dependent and determinant. We have also discussed the types of dependency. This is also important question as far as your 3 marks question are concerned, that explain the different types of functional dependency. So there are two, trivial and non-trivial. It's very easy to remember. If your dependent part is subset of determinant, it becomes trivial. If the dependent part is not the subset of determinant, it becomes non-trivial. Very easy to understand. Then again, very important uh, question for either 4 marks or 7 marks, that is, explain the Armstrong axioms. So these are the different rules which you can apply to derive new set of FDs based on the given set of FDs. You have been told that these are the functional dependency in your table, but it may happen that with the help of those given dependencies, you can further derive few more dependencies which will give you more idea about the key and non-key attributes, and that's why we derive the new FDs. So that process of deriving new FDs from the current set of FDs is called closure of functional dependency. And how to find the closure of functional dependency with the help of this axioms. There are total 8 axioms, 8 different names, and every axiom has a specific rule. It can be asked in 3 marks, it can be asked in 4 marks, it can be asked in 1 mark also, that list out the axioms in for functional dependency. So in that case, you just have to write the names of the axioms. But if it is for 3 marks or 4 marks, you have to write the names as well as you will have to write the rule and name both. Is it clear? Now, with the help of this axiom, we will find the closure of the functional dependencies denoted by F plus. These are the different ways you can apply the rule, derive the new functional dependency. Do remember, this is a set. Closure is a set. So if you are able to derive the same functional dependency by multiple rules, you have to write only once. Let's say for in this example, we have derived this AG giving I 2 times. But your final closure will contain it only 1 time because it is a set. And in a set, we don't have duplicate values. Am I clear? So these are the examples we did. Now very important topic as far as your exam is concerned, because generally the question for this topic will be of 2 kinds. First question, find the closure of this particular element. That's the first type of question. Second type of question, find out how many candidates keys are there in the relation. To find the candidate keys, again you need the help of this closure set of attributes. And I'll be showing you the GQ question paper of previous years in the next session. In that paper, you will be able to find out that there will be a question based on this closure. Fine? Out of 10 papers, 9 papers will be having the question related to this. And even the same thing applies to the GATE examination who want to pursue masters. So for that GATE examination also, there are questions which will be telling you that this is the functional dependency. Tell me how many keys are there. To find out the keys, again you need the closure set of attributes. Am I clear? So very important part as far as your all type of exams are concerned, even in interviews and vivas. Other thing is, your mid-sem syllabus will be till this topic, closure set of attributes. Anyways, I'm not going further from this topic. In the next session also, I'll be discussing the GQ questions, because even if I do the next topic, I need to repeat it because we'll be having a gap of 1 week, right, because of your exam. So I'm not continuing from this topic, but just for your information, your mid-sem 1 syllabus will be unit number 1, 2, 3 full, and in unit number 4, topic till here. So axioms, closure set of FTs, and closure set of attributes. These 3 will be there. Clear? Okay. Now, you are already aware about how to find the closure when we discussed the key attributes, the key constraints of a database. But let us do it one more time. The set of all those attributes which can be functionally determined from an attribute set is called a closure set of attribute. It is denoted by A plus. As your functional dependency was F plus, this is closure plus. Suppose you are finding the attribute closure of A, it will be denoted by A plus. If you are finding the closure of AB, it will be denoted by AB plus, right? So, fine. Rules, we will see it later on. Let's do one example together, and then I will be giving you how to find the closure of other combinations. So let's say I'm having a relation called R having A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This will be given to you, because then and then only you can say that whether this closure is getting all the attributes or not. So R will be given to you. Also the set of functional dependencies will be given to you, and it will be told to you that find A plus. So for whom you need to find the closure? A. For attribute A. That means with the help of attribute A, which are the different attributes you can derive. What is a closure? What was the closure of FD? With the given set of FDs, how many other FDs I can derive? Similarly, if I say closure of attribute set, with the help of that attribute, how many other attributes I can derive directly or indirectly? Let's discuss how. And do remember, whenever you are finding a closure of a particular attribute, that attribute will automatically be the part of that. So if I am finding A plus, which is the at least one element present, A. Is it clear? So your closure set will never ever be a null set, because minimum one attribute will be there of whom you are finding the closure. All okay? So I'm having A. So now see the functional dependencies. Which other attributes I can derive with the help of A? If I have the value of A, can I get the value of B and C? Why? Because I have a functional dependency from A to BC. So I need to include B and C in my closure set. Also, when you are including the elements, do give the reason why you are including. Because of this functional dependency. Don't just write the attribute name, also give the reason why you are including. Then and then only you will be getting full marks. In closure set, I told you that just deriving the functional dependency will not work. You have to write the rule through which you have derived. Clear? If it is of 3 marks, 4 marks, you have to write the reason. Next, now my closure set has how many? 3 attributes, A, B and C. Now with the help of these 3 attributes, how many other attributes I can derive? See, I have BC with me. So with the help of BC, can I get the value of DE? Right. So I'll be including DE as well, using BC giving DE. Is it clear? So my closure set of attribute is now A, B, C, D, E. Now what I can derive? I have D with me. And there is a function. See, you have to check the functional dependencies only. It is not necessary that every attribute will derive every other attribute. It is not necessary. You have to check the functional dependency. So I have D with me. Can I get the value of F with the help of D? Yes. So I'll be including F, using D giving F. Now what else I can derive? CF giving G. Now I have C and F both with me. Can I derive G now? Yes. So I'll be including A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now any element left? No. That means this is the closure. Any functional dependency is also not left. Your element is also not left. Actually, you are getting the entire R from A plus. So what is the closure of A plus? Entire R. That is A, B, C, D, E, F. Got this process? Now let's assume I have one more element called I. I have one more element called I. Right? Now, if I have a functional dependency, just assume, if I have a functional dependency, I giving AB. Now what will be the closure? Closure will remain same, or do I need to include I? Same, because I am not able to derive with the help of the elements which I am having here. Is it clear? So it is not always necessary that ultimately, because see, we are getting the closure directly or indirectly. So it is not necessary that indirectly ultimately બધા element આવી જ જશે. It may happen sometimes, or in almost all the cases, where you will not get all the attributes of R with the closure. It will only come if your A is a key. Right? We'll discuss further. If you are finding the closure of key, then and then only you will be getting indirectly all the attributes. If you are finding the attribute, if you are finding the closure of say D, you will not get all the attributes, right? So it depends on what closure for whom you are finding the closure. Let me remove the unnecessary things. Is it clear? Okay. Now try by online student. Is it clear from my side? I'm not getting the proper voice. So can anybody write it in chat box? Okay. Okay. So it's a very easy process. Just you remember. Just you need to remember. You need to check the left side portion, that is determinant part. How many dependent part you are able to derive. Be very cautious while deriving the closure set, because this determines your candidate keys. That is the next topic. So don't be hurry in finding the closure, and don't assume that everything you will get, every attribute you will get for all closure. Fine, please don't assume that. Let's try one more. Find the closure of BC. Find the closure of BC. Tell me how many attributes you are getting. Take a pen and paper. I want everyone to get this. Online student also, please write in the chat box the closure of BC. BC together. So BC together, how many attributes I can find out? So your first set will be what? Obviously BC, because you are finding the closure of BC. Very important topic, guys. Please concentrate and do it. You are supposed to write the reason also. With which FP you included this element as closure. And don't write just BC. Have a habit of writing B, C. दोनों लफ्ज़ को कोई मानना नहीं, but that is not a practice. Good practice. A plus नहीं. Now the notation will not be A plus. It will be BC. So finding the closure of BC. BC is a set, and a set में लकीर plus अपन. तो क्या A plus लकीर? A plus एक लकीर. Plus will be superscript. A महीना પછી આપણને ઉકેલે એવા અક્ષરથી લખો. બરાબર? BC giving first BC. Second step. Huh? A સિવાય બતાવો. B C D E આવ્યું, B આવ્યું, F આવ્યું, C F છે, G આવ્યું. અને because નું નોટેશન શું થાય, therefore નું 3% થાય, because નું ઊંધું થાય. 2% ને therefore નહીં લખતા. ઘણા સ્ટુડન્ટ નહીં જોયું, therefore જ લખતા. Therefore is not a notation, because લખવું હોય so 2 dots and then 1 dot. Now give me the closure of E. E for elephant. Give me the closure of E. Let us check for the online students whether they are getting. Yes, what is the closure of online students? What is the closure of BC? BC આપણે find કર્યું ને. What is the closure of BC? Online students, write it in the chat box. What is the closure of E? Only E, because E is not able to derive anything. You can check it. E is never in the determinant part. If it is a determinant part, then there is a possibility that it will derive. E is never appearing in the determinant part of your reference. Right? Give me TF. Yes, online students. Online students, I hope you are getting Give me the closure of BC, then E and CF. Only B. CF માં શું આવ્યું? Only CF. Only CFG. Now CFG is not in the determinant part now in any other FDs. So CFG. Right? Only B. B for Bombay. B for Bombay. Only B. Only B. Only B is not able to derive anything. Right? BC together is deriving BE. So only B. The closure set will also only B. Clear? Now are you able to find out the closure set properly? Online students? Yes. Here you are supposed to write the entire set. CF નું closure શું આવશે? Not only G. CF closure will be CFG. Because in the closure you are supposed to write E nu, yes, only E will come. Correct. Dharmik, correct. I hope I'm clear here. Your closure set will by default contain the elements for which you are finding the closure. Okay. And what about BC? Give the answer for BC closure. Write the entire set, Dharmik. What will be the entire closure? BC નું શું આવતું હતું? ના, BC છે તો CD છે તો તમને F મળશે. CD વાળી કઈ છે? BC છે તો DE મળશે અને D છે તો F મળશે ને CF છે તો G મળશે. So except A, everything you will get. Dharmik? Yes, B, C, D, E, F, G. Correct. So Jainam is correct. So I hope online students are also comfortable in deriving the closure set of FD. Closure set of attributes. Let us proceed. So again the same example, BC plus. So B, C, D, E, F, G. We did this. D to avshej plus D giving F. So DF will be the closure. Now okay. I have another. I'm unsharing for a while. Let us do it together. I don't want to disclose the answer right now. That's why I am unsharing it for a while. Write the functional dependencies. A giving B, R is equal to A, B, C, D, E. R is a relation with the attributes A, B, C, D, E. Online student, please do one more example. R is A, B, C, D, E. And the set of functional dependencies are A giving BC, A giving BC, CD giving E, CD giving E, B giving D, Bombay giving Delhi, B giving D, and E giving A. Find the closure of A. That means A plus CD. B, only B for Bombay. A, CD, third B, fourth BC, and fifth E. આપણે એકલા કરીએ, એકલા કરીએ. એક્ઝામમાં એકલા કરવું પડશે ને? Yes, this is the closure. I'll tell who will give me the answer. Don't answer in group. I'll tell who will give me the answer. Mute. Dharmik, don't disclose the answer right now. I'll tell who will give me the answer. Completed? Write the reason also. If you forget the reason to write in your exam, it will deduct your marks. And use the proper symbol of because. Don't write therefore. All to earth નું અનર્થ થઈ જાય. હું ઝીરો માર્ક આપું સર જેને રીઝન નહીં લખતું હોય ઝીરો માર્ક ગમે તેટલું માર્ક હું ઝીરો તો રીઝન નહીં લખતું હોય તો અને અહીંયા ચાલશે મેડમ ક્યાં લખી નથી ચાલ આવું જ નથી આપતું એ મિનિટમાં ઝીરો માર્ક આપો તો જીટીયુમાં છે થાય તો કરો એક જ માર્ક ખબર પાર્ટી વાર નથી If it is a set, you don't write whether from a EABC BCADE that doesn't mean anything. It's same only. It's correct only, but have a habit of writing it in sequence. If the examiner name, then over. You are not writing the answer sheet for you. Right? You are writing for us. Only if you convenient person to ask from everyone. रानी टेलर भी है अराउंड कॉफी Because no symbol up to many students have not done bracket में तो मैं function dependency लगती है but nothing using लगती है nothing because Fine. Now comfortable with closure set? Yes. One more thing in your exams or in your GPU, you will be shorted, you will have shortage of time, at least in GPU. So plan your answers accordingly. Okay, so online students here, offline students are comfortable with closure. Now give me the answer. Now online student will give me the answer. I'll be telling the name that will post the closure of that attribute. Let me share the screen now. Urvil, give me the closure of A. Be quick in writing the answer, guys. Give me the closure of A. Urvil. Drashti, give me the closure of CD. I hope I'm audible to all. Yes. So Urvil, give me the closure of A, and Drashti, give me the closure of CD. Dakshit, give me the closure of B. Sunny, give me the closure of BC. And who is left? Suryabali, give me the closure of E. Drashti, CD plus. Is Drashti right? CD plus is A, B, C, D, E. Correct. So Drashti is right. Others? Sunny, Dakshit. Okay. Urvil, yes. Correct. A, B, C, D, E. Good. Closure of A is A, B, C, D, E. Sunny, Suryabali and Dakshit. I'm waiting for your answers. BC. For BC, closure of BC. Sunny, answer will be A, B, C, D, E. Because from BC you are getting yes. For BC, with the help of BC, what you are getting?
A, B, C, D, E.
From BC you are getting. So you are getting D. Then from D you are getting
C and D.
C and D giving E, and E giving A. So ultimately with BC you can find all the attributes. E is A, B, C, D. Where is E? E na closure ma E to આવે જ ને. Turyabali E na closure ma E will come. So again your answer will be A, B, C, D, E. So who has not given the answer so far? Dakshit. B, C, D, E nahi, only B and D. The B closure will be only B and D. Because with the help of B you are able to get only D, nothing else. So finally for online students I am disclosing the result. So the answers are for A, C, D, B, C and E you will get all the attributes. For B you will only get B and D. This is what the closure set. Now I think you know. Now I hope everyone is comfortable in finding closure set. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. It's very, very important when we meet after mid-sem. At that time also I need to get these answers from you, because the next step is to find the keys where we will be finding the closure first. Okay. So your mid-semester exam will be up to this. Okay. Let me take the attendance for this session. Just to inform you all, I have uploaded Unit 4 PPT, 3 PPT in your Google Classroom. Also, I have uploaded the previous year's GTU papers for reference questions. Don't think you are supposed to do that only. Now, in that GTU question, some of the things we have discussed, some of the things is left from our side because the syllabus is not yet over. And there are some tricky questions which the topics are already included in our syllabus in mid one, but those are some tricky questions for your reference. So we will be solving the tricky questions at the end of the semester together, right? That will not be part of your mid one, so don't worry. The tricky questions or some unusual questions which is there in your GTU syllabus, we will be discussing at the end of the semester when entire unit, entire syllabus will be over. So it will be more better for you to understand all the things. Fine. Write your number in the chat box, online students, when your number is called from here. Roll number 1, 4, 8, 9, 10, 14, 18, 20, 21, 23, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 34, 39, 43, 34, 39, 43, 44, 48, 49, 52, 56, 58. 60, 61, 62. 63, 64, 65. 70, 71, 72.
71.
74, 75, 76. 77, 78, 79. 82, 83, 84. 85, 87, 88. 91, 95, 97. 98, 99, 100. 101, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 8, 9, 11. 12, 13, 14. 20, 23, 26. 27, 30. Okay. So there's a break for 10 minutes. See you in the next session. Online students. Leave this meeting and join in the next session.